3-hour club set.
So what, you'll be doing live vocals?
I'll be doing live vocals. You know, the following week I'll be at the Pizza Express with my Great Jamaican Song Book project.
Okay, tell us a bit about that.
Well, the Great Jamaican Song Book is kind of what it says on the tin.
Right.
Like I'm myself and a host of amazing musicians, Alfie Robinson, who you should interview him as well. Actually, he's a great composer and multi-instrumentalist. Put together this project, the Great Jamaican Song Book. So, with the initial idea of it is, I'm singing the songs of Gregory Isaacs, Dennis Brown,
right,
and Darrell Wilson, and then we have a band, and we're going for authenticity. So we're kind of going for how they played it, you know, with the attitude and the vibe that they played it back in the 70s. Because I have a lot of love and passion still for that music. So
right,
the Great Jamaican Song Book is a kind of legacy and heritage kind of, or kind of full circle thing for me, if you like. You
right.
know, kind of coming back around to
where you started.
Yeah, you know.
In the reggae
so
scene.
but we're doing like songs. We're not doing the. We're doing the classic, the club classic songs, not the hits per se.
Right.
Yeah. So we're doing like Dennis Brown tunes that connoisseurs will know.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Gregory tunes that the connoisseurs will know, and the Darrell Wilson tunes. You know, tunes like Smooth, Cool Operator. Remember that tune?
Okay. That's Gregory.
No.
No?
Cool Operators. Cool Operators. Well, Gregory did do a Cool Operator.
Yeah, that's what I know.
But
You confused me there.
But hold on, no. But Darrell Wilson did.
Okay.
I love the way you walk.
Yeah.
I love the way you talk. I love to see you smile. You're a cool operator, and I wish you were mine. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I know the Gregory version.
But it's a different tune.
Okay.
It's actually a different tune, isn't it? It's not the same tune.
Right.
I'm sure I'm right there. I could be wrong.
Listen, how can I argue with you?
I
You're
could
a
be.
musician.
No, I'm pretty sure that Gregory's Cool Operator is a different tune.
Okay.
But anyway, so you know, we're it's a Great Jamaican Song Book.
And where's that?
That's going to be at the Pizza Express Live in
And
Holborn.
when is that?
That's the 10th of November.
10th of November.
You know, so bring your
Pizza
family,
Express.
bring your friends, bring your mom, dad, bring everybody. You know what I mean? Because you know, if you love like that era of the music, like the mid 70s, the gold, I call it
And
the
you
golden.
heard the voice, right?
I call it like the golden period of our music. You know, the reggae music. You know, when all you know, the I3s, Marcia Griffith, you know, Dennis, Jacob Miller. I mean, you had, you know, Bob Handy. You had all these, you know.
And he
John
actually had an album called Song Book on Studio One, didn't he?
Did he? I don't
Bob
know.
Handy.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so we're just really going back in
time
and just bringing that music back and just saying like, look, don't forget this. Don't forget this stuff. You know, this stuff is.
It's the foundation.
This is the foundation, man. This is like the roots. You know, these guys and this music and these women and these artists deserve to be celebrated and remembered. And you know, that music, people still love it. You know, I mean, we did our initial gig over in South London, a place called the Crypt. We did the first live date with this band, and the place was rammed to the rafters. Yeah, and pure young people there, singing along to these songs. I had my mouth open. I could not believe. There was a couple there. There couldn't have been more, two white ladies. There couldn't have been no more than 30. And they're singing along to these songs. I'm looking at them
How
like,
do you know this?
really? I'm like, wait a minute. This is not your, you know, one love. This is not these songs.
Yeah.
These are some obscure tunes. And we're just like, wow.
Really?
You know, so, you know, there's people that, and this is the era that we're living in, is in that, you know, everything's available and accessible. So people, they like stuff and they find it, and it's all available. It's you know, you don't have to run to the shop and wait a week for your pre-release anymore. You just press a button and it comes down the line.
Burn it and it's done.
You don't even burn it. It's digital now.
Well, yeah. See?
You just play it. It's just there. You know, it's in the cloud. You know. So anyway, so where are we? So we're in
At Pizza Express.
We're at Pizza Express, but in terms of the timeline and the order of things. So
now
sound
I've heard
system.
also that you are a vocal coach.
Yeah. I recently been given a post at Trinity Laban, it's a music school of and dance and theatre.
Goldsmith.
No. Trinity
Okay.
Laban
Trinity
over
Laban.
in Greenwich.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm a professor, voice professor there, and it's really wonderful that to be able to pass on, you know, just the information and stuff to the young up and coming singers. You know, I just feel that it's a important thing, and I mean, education is a really big part of what I do. I do quite a bit of that with schools and various projects. Recently finished a project called Trench Brothers that was running in schools for the last 4 years, where we were relaying the Indian and Caribbean regiments in the First World War. So we were telling their story through puppetry and storytelling with the kids. So the kids were playing soldiers
And what age groups?
From probably around 8 to 12, that sort of age.
Right.
And we took it around 50 different schools, nearly 4,000 kids over the last 4 years. And it's just great because, again, you know, it's telling our stories, telling our history, letting people know that, you know, we were part of the celebration that we're having, this centenary First World War celebration, that, you know, our contribution to it, that's kind of gets whitewashed a lot of the time, you know, our stories in the mainstream. You know, we see what happened recently with Windrush and how, you know, trying to send us back.
After all these years.
It's so terrible.
He's
you gotta laugh.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. You know, so, and on that note, there's a really interesting event that I'm taking part in on the 17th of November, part of the London Jazz Festival. They're having a Windrush celebration over at the Barbican, hosted by the great poet Anthony Joseph. And he has a host of guests appearing that evening. I'm one of them, yeah. I'm going to do a couple of things. And, you know, he's got a fantastic band, you know, probably about 15 to 20 guests doing various things, celebrating our culture. So I'm really,
should be celebrated.
Absolutely, you know, so I'm really excited about that. I'm actually appearing at the Barbican 3 times this year in 3 different setups. So I'm there with Anthony Joseph for the Windrush celebration. And I'm also there as one of the choir members with Bobby McFerrin, the great vocal improviser from the States. He's coming over, and
when is that?
That is not 18th, is it? Let me just double check.
on camera.
Yeah,
Pulls out his phone.
it's you got to get it right. You know, don't want to give you the wrong information. Yeah, so that's the 18th.
Of November.
That's the 18th of November. So there's 3 dates in succession at the Barbican. Basically, I'm just going to get a hotel and stay in the Barbican.
I was going to say, because you live at the end of the year.
Because
so
the 17th, I'm there with Anthony Joseph, Windrush celebrations. On the 18th, I'm there with Barbara McFerrin and a choir, a UK choir. And then on the 19th, I'm there with Archie Shepp and Carleen Anderson. Carleen Anderson's put together a vocal ensemble, which I'm a part of that. So we're
you look tired already.
I've been tired.
His eyes are like, and on the 17th, okay. Wake up. Yeah. So like the last time I saw you now was at the South Bank with Carleen Anderson and Julian Joseph.
Julian Joseph, Christine Tobin, Ken Paffanath.
Tristan and Isolde.
Tristan and Isolde.
I've seen so many versions of that, and I have to say, that ranks as the best.
Man.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, I mean, you know, you're talking about 2 incredible writers here. Julian Joseph, dear friend, composer, broadcaster.
And you said you've been working with him a long time.
Yeah, I've known Julian for going on probably over 30 years now. We sort of came up on the scene together at the same time. And I've had a long association with his family. And this work is something that's been in the works for the last 4 years. It was first presented at the Opera House. The idea, it was called Windows into Tristan and Isolde. So Julian was just like presenting his take on it. You know, just I think it was maybe an hour or so in length initially. And what you saw recently was him expanding it, you know, getting all the songs and the libretto together.
God, that orchestration was just amazing. And what I'm saying is, it just must have been a nightmare to try to learn that, because it was all over the place. It was huge. It was massive musically.
Yes.
Just to learn.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
script.
It was a tough. It was tough because we had, you know, we had a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, probably two, I think, to get it all together. Really, you know, we had 2 rehearsals. Two? I think it was 3 rehearsals to get it.
That production
where it was,
only had 3 rehearsals.
Yeah. With everyone. In fact, 1 rehearsal with actually everyone.
Right.
It was 1 rehearsal that had everyone together. So, you know, I mean, we had to really pull it out to imagine it and get it where you heard it. And you know, it's always been like that for us as well, because, you know, we don't always get the, you know, the what do I want to say, the lion's share of the
of the great
the budgets to you know, to spend 6 months learning the script or you know, rehearsing and all that.
Because really and
stuff.
truly, I liken Julian Joseph's version of Tristan and Isolde to Quincy Jones's version of Handel's Messiah.
Yeah, me too. I totally agree. Julian's our Quincy Jones.
I got it right.
You got it 100% right.
Yeah.
You know, Julian is been developing these major works now for, you know, going on 10 years now. You know, and I'm really honored and delighted to be involved in his various projects.
That is a special project. It's not just a project.
That's right. Yeah. So his next stage is to stage it. You know, to dramatize it, and so, you know, I'm really looking forward to seeing and hopefully being a part of that next phase of Tristan and Isolde. You know, just really
And your role is brilliant, the embittered son.
Yeah, Vasily. I'm kind of the gangster in it all, you know. I'm the one sort of. I'm not like the thorn in Tristan's side, you know, because I'm.
Well, some would say Tristan is the thorn in your side, because you're the son, you're the bloodline son, but the other one, Tristan, is the outsider, which you stress with your cuckoo.
Yeah. I'm peed off, man, with Tristan because he's trying to do me out of my inheritance, you know, and I'm just like, it's not going to happen. So it'd be interesting to see how that character gets developed. I know Julian's got some dark, sinister ideas for my character. So I'm kind of looking forward to digging into that some more. I know he mentioned that he needs to write another hour's worth of music and.
So no date set as yet?
No, there's no dates or anything like that, but you know, there's definitely talk of
its
development to take it to the dramatized version, stage version. So yeah, I mean that's just a fantastic host of musicians and singers, you know, world-class singers: Carleen Anderson, Christine Tobin, Ken.
No, thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, just on another level. So apart from your 3 dates in November, 16th, 17th, 17th, 18th, 19th?
Yeah, there's
at the Barbican. What are you doing? Oh, out comes the diary again.
Yeah, well, I always have to check my diary because I need to get it right, you know, because it's really easy to get this stuff wrong, and as we're on camera, I might as well just get it right. So what I'm going to do now is just reel them off to you, so you have them all.
Are you ready?
So you have no excuse about what you're going to be doing throughout November. So here we go.
Right. So that's your camera there. So this
is my camera. So these are the dates that you can find me around the UK.
Right. Open your eyes because you look tired already.
Okay.
Open your eyes. He is awake.
Matchsticks?
Okay.
No, I'm awake. So on the 3rd of November, I'm going to be in Mannheim. This coming Saturday with Groove Rider, a great DJ Groove Rider. And on the 10th, this is all November, the great Jamaican Song Book at Pizza Express Live, which is opposite Holborn Station. So again, no excuse. It's a Saturday, tubes are running all night. Get yourself there. Bring everyone.
You've been told.
Yeah, you've been told. Then on the 13th, I'm at Pizza Express again, part of a festival, a Sardinian extravaganza. My friend is hosting an evening of kind of Sardinia meets UK artists. So I'm doing like a solo voice performance there.
Okay.
Part of this festival on the 13th of November. On the 15th, on the 15th we're doing a tribute concert at the 606 for Mark Mondesir.
Oh, I love
the drummer,
Mark
Mondesir.
Yeah, and I love
you know, Mark has been ill. Mark Mondesir hasn't been well. He was hospitalized and that. So by the way, on the 15th of November, I'll be doing a tribute concert for the great drummer Mark Mondesir, who's been ill, been hospitalized, and there's a host of us doing a gig at the 606, the great 606 over in Chelsea.
I love that venue.
Yeah,
traditional underground, like speakeasy almost.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, great, good food as well.
Good food, very good food. And you all know I'm a foodie, right? Okay.
So, you know, really excited about paying tribute to our dear friend Mark on the 15th of November. And then...
This guy is just too busy. See how difficult it is to get him.
Did I mention... Yeah, I mentioned the 17th, 18th and 19th.
Yeah, that's etched in my brain.
And then on the 22nd of November, I'm in Leeds doing a masterclass. If anyone's in that North England area near Leeds and you want to
Vocal masterclass.
Vocal masterclass. It's for instrumentalists as well, you know. Come along. That's at Leeds College of Music. Then on the 24th, I'm going to be in Berlin with fantastic drummer Richard Spavin, who's been working with him over the last year. Fantastic drummer composer. So I'll be guesting with his trio. That's in Berlin, in a place called Club Gritchen. Then on the 28th, I'm going to Moscow. I'll go there every year. I go to Russia
to
do some music. I'm doing some tango stuff with some dancers and.
So this is performing or what?
Singing, yeah.
Singing, right.
So I work with a band out there, a trio, based in Moscow. We have about 4 or 5 dates around Russia, which I've been going there now for the last 4 or 5 years on a regular basis, which I like. I like Russia.
So your work is really varied, the kind of stuff you do, the places.
Yeah, I mean, I really love that as well.
You know, it's not like you stay in one genre. You do all sorts of stuff. You're with a DJ 1 minute, just a drummer, and it's all over the place. Was it always going to be music for you from a child, or were there any jobs that came in between that you did out of necessity?
Well, yes, I did, because you know,
thought, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I've got to focus on my music.
I had a child, relatively early age, and 18. So I had a job up until about 21. But then when I got to the place where I realized that music was the calling, it was calling me, and I quit my job, and I quit my job based on a conversation I was having with the guy that I was working with at the time. He see me coming to work, and I was working for the British Rail at the time as a technician on the lines, fixing the signals on the tracks, and that was an interesting job as well, because that kind of took me around England, because we travel all different parts of England fixing the cables on the tracks that were either damaged or needed refurbishing and whatnot. But I had a conversation with him one day. He said to me, he said, Cleveland, he said, you come in every day and you're singing all the time, and you know, he said to me, I just think, like, as a young man, you know, with your talent, and I think, he said to me, I think you should pursue your music, you know, while you're still young, he said to me.
And this was an older man?
This was an older man, he was in his 50s. He said this to me.
Not that old?
No, well.
At the time, though, yeah.
I didn't come back after that conversation. I left my job, yeah. He just kind of turned it on. It's just like, you know what?
So then what was the first step after quitting your job?
Well, what happened was, in the midst of all that, I was auditioning. I was at Pineapple Music, with Ray Shell, studying music and drama with him. And he would send me to auditions all the time. He'd say, just go for the experience. He'd say, like, you know, just go, just to get the experience of auditioning and stuff like that. So I went, but I got a part in a play. In going, and I had to go to Germany for 6 months. So it was the perfect time to quit my job.
Yeah.
It was crazy because my child was only a few months old at the time, and I'd never been out of the country up until that point.
What age was that?
I was 21.
Really?
I never left the country, no.
Really?
No. And so it was scary on a lot of levels, but I just knew I had to make that move, and just take this job and just see watch where everything goes from there. So I took this job, went to Germany for about 6 months. I was even speaking the language quite fluently as well, because when you're
in the environment,
you have no, especially at that time, because I'm talking about early 80s. The Berlin Wall's still up.
Yeah.
So you're seeing, you're faced with a lot of challenges as well. as a black person touring around the theatres of Germany at that time. But I didn't look back. You know, I did that job, I had that gig, and that was my first. As I say, that was my first
professional
outside of the country.
Outside of the country, yeah.
You know, so after that, I just even dug my heels even more. You know, just in terms of, you know, I've got to make a career of this now. And look at, so I was doing, so in the midst of all that, I was doing a lot of jingles as well. Because back in the 80s and early 90s, there was a lot of that kind of work around doing TV jingles for companies and doing session work for pop artists. You know, they asked you to come and do some background vocals. So I was just sustaining myself. So I was finding different ways of sustaining myself.
Yeah. And to stay within the realms of music.
Of music, yeah. So at the same time, you know, I was studying, and you know, I went to Guildhall School of Music.
I was going to say, because I know that's one of your accreditations. So
yeah, I got.
When did that come?
Okay, well, that came about just before the formation of the Jazz Warriors.
Okay.
With Courtney Pine and Steve Williamson and everyone. So I was studying, and I was doing my studying in the evenings. So I was finding evening classes to go to for ear training, for piano, for singing and stuff like that. And then I heard about this place, this course, this jazz course, this postgraduate course at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. And then people would say to me, oh, you're never going to get in there. They're not going to let people like you in there. You know, that was the talk at the time. But I'm one of these people that when people tell me that I can't do something,
that's when you're going to prove that you can.
Always, I'm always like that. You know, I remember someone telling me about. I remember I picked up the guitar and I wanted to learn how to use it, and I remember a guy taking it and he said, "Man, don't bother with the guitar, man. Just sing." I thought,
really?
Nah. I want to learn how to play, and I did. I learned how to play. So I'm one of them. Like, if you say I can't do something, no, I will do it. And show you that I'm a Libran. So I don't know if that's a trait of a Libran.
Of a lunatic.
Yeah, but see, remember where Luna comes from as well. It's, you know, it's all part of the planets, the solar system. Anyway, so what am I saying there? What was I saying? What was I talking about?
I think the lunatic threw him off. Threw him off track. It's like, damn, I'm busted. You were at the Guildhall.
I'm at the Guildhall, and I went to the audition. I haven't been told that, you know, blah 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 blah. You're not going to get in. Anyway, but the thing is, the guy hosting the audition, bless his soul, man, he's no longer with us now. A guy named Lionel Grigson. So I did this audition, and after I did the audition, he looked at me and said, "We need people like you here."
Wow.
That's what he said. I was like, my eyes just went. And I guess he just recognized, you know, our love and our passion, you know, because there was an emphasis at the time on reading, and you know, my sight reading and wasn't that great. I mean, it's a lot better now, but at the time it wasn't. Well,
you were doing a brilliant job in Tristan and Isolde because you were turning those pages and you were following. So.
At the time of the audition, you know, a lot of us didn't have that kind of training and that kind of experience.
Well, that's obviously one of the things you got to learn as well, isn't it?
So they're one of the excuses that will use to keep us out of these institutions, you know, or with, you know, black guys that don't really read music.
So this schedule of yours is just so crazy. What are you doing now? Are you still writing? Because I know you've got all these dates going on through November.
Yeah, I'm still
traveling.
I'm to be honest with you, my focus now is to get all my plates spinning.
Right.
So all my various projects,
yeah,
I'm looking to get them all out there
and
recorded
and
just all have their place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very much into working with electronic artists. I still do that.
Okay.
I still do solo voice concerts, of which I mentioned. I'm doing one on the 13th of November,
Yeah.
Peace Express. I'm also, with this new project, the Great Jamaican Song Book, which is, again, that's kind of a full circle project. That's something that we're going to tour next year. I also have my trio, my jazz trio, that I put together again, that we're going to be doing.
Because that's what I was trying to find out, if the jazz trio was really your creation.
Oh,
You
yeah,
brought
yeah,
it
yeah.
together.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, that was inspired through a conversation with Julian Joseph as well,
Right.
because he said to me, man, one day, maybe about 6-7 years ago, he said to me, man, you need to put like a trio together, you know, with, and he mentioned the artist, you know, and I did. He said, and the thing about the trio is that it's only bass, drums, and voice.
Right.
So I'm really naked there.
Yeah.
You know, there's no guitar, there's no piano, and we're doing like tunes that are quite challenging.
Right.
You know, so it became like a challenge and exercises for me to do that project, because it was, I didn't necessarily find it really easy. It wasn't something I found. It took me out of my comfort zone to do that trio project. So I'm bringing that back, and as I say, you know, I'm spinning all my different projects. I have an all-star band which features just some of my favorite.
So that's 5 projects there that you mentioned a lot, as well as doing your working routine on your book.
So I'm just, look, I'm here, you know, we're energy, man. We're created for movement, so I keep moving.
So what do you do to look after Cleveland Watkiss with this crazy schedule that you have?
Well, I try to get
meditate,
enough sleep. I don't really eat a lot of meat or fish anymore. I eat it in very, very tiny quantities now. I try and eat less sugar. I'm trying to get back into my exercise routine. You know, next year.
They did have an Oreo or two,
Yeah,
however.
yes, but they are wafer thin ones. They're not the, you know, they're the kind of bite size. Yeah. I'm gonna eat that before I leave. And so yeah. I mean, just generally, really trying to look after myself. You know, next year I'm going to be the big 6-0. So you know.
No.
Yeah, it's a big year. It's a big year for me next year. So it's really important that I start.
As you get older, your body changes. You can't do the same things you once did. Your
I feel
body
it.
doesn't like it.
You know, so I'm getting back into my my exercise.
The regime.
You know, sleep and drinking plenty of water and just, you know, eating well is really important.
Of paramount importance. Cleveland, thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with this brother here. I'm telling you, it's an absolute pleasure, really.
Thank you, man.
I could talk to you forever.
Well,
so you're going to have to come back and do part 2.
I will definitely do that.
When you find a gap in this crazy schedule.
We'll find it.
You're going to come back and do part 2.
In between.
Thanks again.
We'll do that. Yeah, man.
Thank you for joining me. As usual, if anything resonates with you in the show, please leave a message for us on the website, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care. Bye.